Okay, I'm going to show you how to get started on this site for your final. This is the one piece of advice and help I'm going to give you on this, and the rest is on your own. So when you go to do this and you open it up, it's in realistic. It's going to move around really slow. So if you just take it and turn it to shaded colors, it's going to spin around really easy. And what we have is we have a little bit of a hill here, and you're going to see our problem is that we need to put a retaining wall along here if you wanted to put a fence along here. So let's just go and go to our grass level. And if I took and I put a wall, and let's just make it a generic brick wall is good. I'm just going to make it 3 feet high. And I'm just going to go and I'm going to trace this sidewalk all the way to the end. Alright, let's see how that looks. Alright, so obviously we have some issues here because we have this gap that's formed along here. So what we could do is if we do edit profile and we come here and I go to this side view, we could use my pick line tool and pick the sidewalk. It's going to pick the whole thing, and now all I have to do is extend these lines down. Let's delete this top line and let's extend this line down to here. And then remember I have to have a closed loop, so let's trim it. Boop, boop. Green check. That doesn't look bad. And so I have a wall going around it. It gets much higher as we go down. You could even edit the top to taper it. Say we wanted to have it taper with this, you could copy this line and move it up so that it kind of tapered the same way. So here if I copied it right up there, and then now I could even go in and delete this one. Now if we look at that, it kind of tapers with it. Now that's all good if you don't want to have any of the slope gone. Alright, now let's say that you want to have your park be flat, because it's kind of dangerous right here. We have this slope. So let's undo that wall. I don't actually like that. And alright, there it is. It's straight on top. Let's green check that. And so what I could do is I get rid of that slope. So if I select this and do edit surface, alright, we have these different elevation points. I actually took this as the elevation of Evanston. But you can see this one goes lower. That's 595. This one up here is 598. It gets higher. So what we could do is we could take and copy the 598 one, and we pick this boundary one and we change it to there, and it's going to raise it up. All these other ones I could just simply delete. And that will make it kind of flat. Okay? And you could even delete this one. Alright, green check. So now what happened is I made it flat. You could see right here that kind of the L shape, because this retaining wall is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's retaining the soil back from falling down. And so what we could do now is if I wanted to pull this back, I could, and then I could make my entrance off of Dodge Street. We probably wouldn't want an entrance down here just because there's such a high elevation change, and you would need to have a stair. And so maybe what you do here is this would be your entrance on Dodge, and if we wanted to, maybe this looks like about 4 inches or something, I don't know. So you do edit surface, and if I come back to that top view, I could look, there's my wall edge. I look right here, it's 597, so we said -4, so it'd be, let's take this and let's go and we could place a point. But we want to make it 4 less, because it would go lower, right? So I could just subtract my 4. I'm just going to put some points around this. See how I kind of sloped it? So maybe I'd play around with this and it needed to be a little bit lower, but you get the idea. Okay, so that's how you're going to do your entrance. You got a retaining wall holding this back. You flatten it. All right, so you should have everything you need to kind of put this in.